faster at runtime because you're not doing as much work. So trying to kind of take advantage of those speed gains that they have had traditionally, but in a dynamic way, and still giving us all the flexibility that we expect.
So if static languages give you performance and dynamic languages give you productivity, it seems that it makes sense to start in a dynamic language and then sort of evolve your programming to a static language. Like, do you see that happening in all these practices?
So there have been some people who take the prototyping idea, implement your code in language X and then translate it into language Y. But the cost of that translation is almost as high as the cost, the productivity cost is almost as high as writing it in a low-level language to begin with. It's a little bit lower. The more popular strategy now is providing ways to automatically have that happen for you.
Gradual typing.
Yeah, gradual typing is one where you don't have to think about typing it first, but then as your code progresses, you can take advantage of the speed gains that you can get and the safety gains that you get from a more complete type system. Or I mentioned in one of my I mentioned the hybrid approach as well, which is that write your code in a dynamic language and then spin out pieces of it. This is actually a fairly old model. Spin out pieces of it to C or some other low-level language. Like if you have some very high-performance mathematical calculation that needs to happen, you can write that in C and just load it as a library.
Do you think the JVM .NET worlds are going to get it to the extent where sooner or later Perl 6 or 7 or whatever will be a JVM language?
I think it's very likely that there will be implementations of Perl 6 on JVM and .NET, absolutely. I also think they're not there yet, so the initial implementations will be a little bit limited, but still useful. And I think that over the next 10 to 15 years that they will really get it. They're moving in that direction. We'll see. It partly depends on who they keep hiring. I know with the buyout of Sun by Oracle, they just slashed the JVM staff down to about 5 people from over 100. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see if the DLR gets merged into the CLR. That's sort of .NET's two forks, basically. The CLR is the core one, and the DLR is a layer on top of that that provides a lot of dynamic language features. So there have been talks about maybe getting more of those dynamic language features into the core. That would be the good direction for them to head. But there's politics and things involved as well. Thank you.
Tá,